complete denture, and I restored the patient with 5 implants for the lower. And the patient was very happy about the implants on the mandible, so he came back to me and said that, "Oh, doctor, I want some implants on maxilla too, so I don't want to use my denture anymore." So I took the CT scan, and in the software I planned my implants, seeing where the bone is and where the final prosthesis will be, and then I planned my implants on top. So basically I planned 8 implants on top, and these implants were placed here. I cannot say the angulation or the location of implants are very ideal, but because there was anatomic limitations, so we had to place our implants where there was a good bone. So after osseointegration, I took conventional fixture level impression, and this is a stone working cast that we're gonna work on with our prosthesis. First, what I did was I just connected the impression coping pins to the analogs. So I connected my impression coping pins to see the angulation of actual implant placement. And then I measured the thickness of the soft tissue on top of the fixture. I used my periodontal probe, and I measured how thick the soft tissue is on top of the fixture. I did this because I had to choose the right screw abutment. So my anterior implants were connected with screw abutments. I chose 3 straight screw abutments and 1 angulated screw abutment. And my lab technician made a provisional screw-type provisional prosthesis, and then I delivered that to the patient. Here it looks okay. My provisional restoration looks okay, but I'm not very satisfied with the result. What I didn't like the most was I didn't like the pontic-based contour of my provisional prosthesis. There was some space. It was not pressing the gum. There was some space. And as a result, of course, there will be fluid infection or plaque accumulation. So I want my pontic base to be a little bit ovate and pushing the gum so there is a minimum space in between. So I marked the pontic base area with a marking pencil. So I'm going to reshape the contour of the soft tissue. So I gave anesthesia to the patient, and then I did a bone sounding. Bone sounding is I use my perio probe and I push it really hard until it touches the bone. The reason why I did that was I was to measure the thickness of the soft tissue, which I can manipulate with. So with a high speed, coarse diamond bar, I contoured my soft tissue where the pontic base will be. So I've made my pontic base like extraction socket. I just trimmed the contour, and then I modified my provisional restoration. So this is how I did. So I made something like an ovate pontic, and then I added my provisional acrylic so that it was pushing the gum and it was molding the soft tissue. And look at the papilla here. I did not do any soft tissue graft. I just adjusted the contour of the pontic base, and now I have papilla, and I have a nice contour of the soft tissue. So we can see well contoured soft tissue around my provisional prosthesis. Because the pontic site was not healed completely, it looks a little bit red, but it's healing very well. So my next mission was to transfer this contour of the soft tissue into the working cast. So this is what I did. The red thing over there is a pattern resin. I just put the provisional bridge in the patient mouth and I just put the pattern resin all over my provisional prosthesis. And then I took it out from the patient mouth and then I connected it to my working cast, the stone cast. And then I made a little hole here with my round burr. And then I injected light body impression material. And once it sets, it's like this. So this is the pattern resin that was impressed in the patient's mouth. And then I injected light body impression material into the working cast. And now I have this. This is the actual contour in the patient mouth, the well-formed soft tissue, and that was represented exactly in the working cast. And from there, we can just design our zirconia prosthesis and look at the contour of the pontic base. I made it a little bit ovate shape so that it was pushing the gum and there was a minimum space. So this is definitive zirconia prosthesis in the working cast. And it was delivered to the patient. We can see nicely contoured soft tissue with beautiful zirconia prosthesis. So I molded the soft tissue like this with a provisional, and then I finished up the case with a nice contour of the soft tissue. So let's go into more details. So as I said, we do have many powerful digital tools in Dentium dentistry. And besides these basic tools, I'm going to go into more advanced